People will ask you things like, did you think you were pretty growing up? I want to answer them, but I choke on the words as they try to come up for air. This is the wrong question. One of the first times I tripped over my blackness, I was maybe 9. Reaching the brim of his rage in the edge of defeat, one of the 2 little white boys who harassed me every morning at breakfast called me nigger, formed his thin lips into a fist too heavy for his body to carry, and spit it on the ground like chewing tobacco. One of the first times I realized I was fat, I was maybe 8. A relative told me I had a belly like a bullfrog. She proceeded to ribbit, threw her head back and cackled as if she hadn't just cursed at her own black body. One of the first times I experienced misogynoir, I was maybe 4. I was in preschool, and my boyfriend, Tony, told me in the moments before recess and after nap time that he did not want to be my boyfriend anymore. He was leaving me for the white girl in the cot next to mine. He said he chose her to be the Pink Ranger because of her white skin. It matched the one on TV. And I barely made it out of toddlerhood before the softness was robbed from me. Was not the type worth picking or saving. People will ask you things like, did you think you were pretty growing up? That is the wrong question. When Black mothers tell you to lose weight, this is not meant to be an insult. What they mean is, you must learn to sear your own flesh, squeeze it into contraptions so tight that the scars remind you your existence is conditional. What they mean is, America told them fatness is the adversary of assimilation, and we are already at war. What they mean is, the larger your mass, the harder you are to miss. When the hate-loaded bullets start flying, that body makes you an easy target. Either shrink or duck, but either way, you are safest when the smallest parts of you are your waist and your opinions. What they mean is, this world will see you as being everywhere the light is not. So it is better to be shadow than black hole. And I block out the names I've been called that my mother didn't give me. People will speak a prophecy over you and then ridicule you when it manifests. I say, I am sorry, please pardon me, repeat that. When I say I am sorry, you have to repeat yourself. I mean, I am sorry to have to repeat yourself, your replica in my reflection. I am so sorry, I start to wonder if it is my name. It is the one thing I remember most from my sentences. People will ask you things like, do you think you loved yourself when you were growing up? That is the wrong question. I come to myself and I can hear the, hey, ma, that sounded like you better smile back and love this threat like it's a compliment. I can hear the swishing of my blood in my ears when I saw that man in my apartment without my consent, much like it does with any man in my space without my consent. I can hear the sound of my skin being peeled back, separating cartilage from joint, the sound the skin makes when it bubbles under girdle and wire and friction, the voices of thin people telling me I am brave for getting dressed and existing in the world, though they've earned no such accolades, since to be big and black and woman is insult, as if the male gaze is a consolation prize for my phenotype's sins. Is the question of barely attractive enough to harass, is telling my friends I am getting harassed regularly, and they respond by telling me I have the juice. as if this body is grocery store, as if this flesh is the pulp, as if I am best fresh squeezed and I ripen early, as if it is a free sample and I should let them sip me up cup after cup. They believe it is cheaper by the dozen or the gallon. Have you ever been to BJ's, baby? Would you like to? If you buy a pretty for a fat girl, you get a pretty for a black girl for free. People will ask you things like, did you think you were attractive growing up? That is the wrong question. And you ponder if maybe he is the princess, since you are the frog, remember? Maybe you are not sobbing. Maybe tears are just ribbits in a different language. Maybe yes means no and no means convince me, and maybe nigger means frog in a different tongue. Stick yours out and see if it tastes any less like shoe flies and poison. Maybe his kiss will make you a prince, since you will never be delicate and damsel. Then maybe you get to be hero. Now, get to honor, get happy ending, get treated like a human, get to be white man. Maybe then you'll be human. Maybe you will be Prince Power Ranger. Maybe this is what they meant by morphin' time. People will ask you things like, did you think you were worthy growing up? I want to answer them, but I choke on the words as they try to come up for air. That is the wrong question. Do not ask me if I thought I was pretty or attractive or worthy growing up. Ask the world why it is so bent on telling me otherwise.